Hey folks, just got back to Ningbo about a week ago, but it's already time for us to go again. We need to travel to Guangdong, that's my wife's home province, and we have some business to take care of there and some Chinese New Year to celebrate with relatives. And since it's pretty far for a high-speed train, we're going to be flying today. So, you get to come with me and see what flying a domestic flight in China is like. Off we go. Just as anywhere else in the world, when you're flying, one question you have to ask is how you're going to get to the airport. We don't have a car, so we can't drive there. Even if we did, just like most places in the world, parking at airports is not exactly cheap. Fortunately, there are plenty of other options. We could certainly take a taxi or DD to the airport, but also there's plenty of good public transportation options. Here in Ningbo and most other cities that have a metro system, you can use the metro to get there. That's what we're going to do today. In cities that don't have a metro, there'll usually be some sort of bus service that will get you there. So you usually have a public transportation option. Whether it makes sense, of course, all depends. Maybe you have tons of luggage and taking a taxi is better. But today we think we can handle it on public transportation. So we're gonna. Here we are. But since we got some luggage, we'll head over here for the lift rather than the escalator. And here I am on the metro train. We're on our way to the airport now. For the first time I've been on a flight in almost 2.5 years since we moved to Shanghai. It's also going to be the first time since we moved to Ningbo that we will leave Zhejiang province. These days I feel like most flights, or at least a large number of them, are crossing provincial boundaries. So if you're traveling within one province, unless it's one of the big ones in the west, you'd often be taking the train or the bus. But this flight we're going to be on now is going to be 2 hours and 20 minutes, and if we try to take a train it would be something like 10 hours. So we're flying.
Ningbo Railway Station. You can transfer to line 2.
Gotta change trains here at Ningbo Railway Station. To line 2. Line 2 to Lisha International Airport, which is Ningbo's airport. Here's the train to the airport. Ningbo Lisha International Airport. It's a fairly typical name for a mainland Chinese airport in that even if there's only one airport in the city, there'll almost always be a secondary name in addition to the city's name.
Hold on to the handrail.
So for example, there's also Guangzhou Baiyun International Airport, which is where we're flying today. And nearly any other city will also have a secondary name, like for example, Hangzhou Xiaoshan International Airport and Wuhan Tianhe International Airport. It just seems to be something that's always done in mainland China to give it that secondary name. Ningbo International Airport, Lisha International Airport. Still in the station where there's a sign showing us the way to the terminal. Let's go that way. Terminal. The terminal of Ningbo Lisha International Airport. No line to check in. Cool. Waiting for them to take baggage just like anywhere else. Though, unlike in the US, Chinese airlines usually still give you a free baggage allowance. And there it goes. Security check coming as we head toward domestic departures, not international Hong Kong and Macau departures and Taiwan departures. Chinese airports always say it that way since they don't consider Hong Kong, Macau, or Taiwan truly international since they are absolutely part of China. But they do use the same gates as international flights. First they check your ID here, then off to the metal detectors and stuff. I don't assume I'll be able to film there though. The security checkpoint's right over there. Getting to the gate was super easy. I'm curious if that distant plane, not the one close by, but the distant one, could be ours. It's heading the right direction for this gate. Not sure though. Here's the gate. Our flight today is on China Eastern Airlines, which is one of the biggest in China, based out of Shanghai. Not quite as big as China Southern, but quite big, state-owned airline. So we'll be getting on soon enough. But we are about an hour early for the flight, which is, probably good to get to your gate that early. Here we've got some planes that have already departed, some canceled flights, more than I was expecting. A couple last calls, and then the first one that's still at checking status, which means they're still checking in, not checking your boarding passes, is ours. So probably not too long till we'll go now. And it's boarding time. We got a line already. Waiting in line to board. Already nearly there. And heading down the jetway. And we're on the plane, an Airbus 321. Yeah, Chinese airline fleets are mostly populated with the same kind of planes you'd find in any other country, Boeings and Airbuses. You don't find a whole lot of regional jets like Embraer or Bombardier ones. Yeah, they just don't use very many small planes in this country. Yeah, recently China Eastern did take delivery of a Chinese-made aircraft, the C919, I think it's called, but I don't know that it's entered commercial service, and even if it has, it's certainly not common yet. Mostly dealing with Boeings and Airbuses like anywhere else. Nice. Ooh, down comes the little TV. I think we're getting the safety video. Yep. Welcome aboard China Eastern Airlines. Yeah, and it says, pay attention to our briefing. No English? Interesting. Not even subtitled. Oh well, whatever.
Eastern Airlines.
Here's the English version. That's cool. Apparently they just do it separately.
Indicator lights inside.
Push back now. Taxiing. On the plane is similar to what you see elsewhere. No smoking, seatbelt light currently on. Emergency exit up here, along with the word Chuko, which is Chinese for exit. Fairly basic in-flight entertainment here. No individual screens. Looks like we got the drink service coming through now. Probably just get water or juice or something. Or it might be just water, coffee, and tea. I'll see when it gets here. And it looks like they've got food, which, that is interesting to me that they're still serving food on flights that are only a couple hours long. Oh well, I won't complain. This little thing says chicken. We got a roll here. Alright. I mean, not bad. And water. Chicken and rice. Mostly rice. If truth be told, there was very little chicken in that dish, but at least there was some rice to help fill me up. Meal service done. Been in the air for over an hour. I imagine we're at least halfway there now. Well, I'm just going to sit back and wait for landing. Getting closer to Guangzhou now. Looks like we're right above Shaohuan now, which is in the north of Guangdong province. And only about 100-something miles, which is giving it in miles now. Oh, no, 228 kilometers away. Coming in for a landing. unfortunately. There's nothing really to show out the window. It's too dark for my phone to pick it up. Catch you on the ground. Taxiing now. Just came to a quick stop, at which the inevitable everyone stands up because they think we've arrived thing happens, and the flight attendants had to say, "Oh, no, we're not there yet, please sit down." We'll be off in just a bit. Off the plane and on our way to baggage claim. Baggage claim, on conveyor belts, just as you'd expect anywhere else. All the bags are already here, so I think ours should be here any minute now. And once again, we're on our way to the metro to get out of the airport. This is it, the Airport South metro station. We'll use to get to our destination today, which is not strictly speaking in Guangzhou at all, but in the neighboring city of Qingyuan. We'll get there eventually, starting with the metro trip. Back on the Guangzhou metro for the first time in almost 2.5 years. Heading out of the airport. We'll get off at the next stop to change trains. And now line 9. We're going up here to Huachenglu, 7 stops away. And now we're on a bus to our destination in Qingyuan. It was kind of a pain in the butt to find this, but we found it, and it's good because we had to take a taxi all the way there. It would be expensive. Still probably going to spend about 45 minutes on this bus, but that should get us to our destination. Really hope. Alright. I'm going to sit back and enjoy the ride again. Finally made it to a hotel here in Qingyuan. Long journey. It's past 10 o'clock. I'm going to go to bed now. I don't know if I'm going to be filming stuff here in Qingyuan. I don't really know if it's very exciting here, but we're here for business primarily. But I'll definitely film something on the strip in Guangdong province. And if you want to see that when it comes, this would be a great time to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Thanks so much for watching. See you all next time. Bye.